With the PlayStation Pulse Elite Midnight Edition coming out soon, I thought it would be the perfect time to come back to the original PlayStation Pulse Elite and see if it is still the best gaming headset for your PlayStation 5. There are fantastic competitors from SteelSeries to Astro to even Alienware, but even to this day, I think that the Pulse Elite are still the best for PS5 in terms of value, feature set, and design. In this video, we're going to run through what the PlayStation Pulse Elite can do, what sets them apart from the competition, and if you should pick them up for yourself. I'll also have the Pulse Elite and any other headset mentioned in this video in the description box down below. I am aiming to answer any questions you might have about the PlayStation Pulse Elite, but if there's any question you might have that I didn't get to, just leave a comment down below so I'll be sure to answer them. Okay, so let's run through the specs of the PlayStation Pulse Elite. With the Midnight Edition coming out, the specs will be the exact same, with the only difference being the color. So, the Pulse Elite comes with planar magnetic drivers, PlayStation Link technology, AI noise rejection, multi-device connectivity, retractable microphone, a fully customizable EQ, more on that later, and up to 30 hours of battery life. So, unboxing the Pulse Elite. After dealing with the frankly confusing way that Sony does their packaging and finally getting to what's inside, you'll be greeted with instructions on how to connect your new Pulse Elite to various devices. If you didn't know, these connect with your PlayStation 5 or PC via the included link adapter, your PlayStation Portal via the onboard link technology, or via standard Bluetooth for something like your phone. Behind the instructions, you'll find that link adapter and the headphones themselves. And behind that, you'll find a USB-C cable and a wall hanger to actually mount your Elite for charging. So, as far as the audio quality, the planar drivers really help pump in more high-res audio to really capture specific sounds like footsteps or enemies nearby. Whether it's explosions and gunfire or just casually walking through a crowded area, noises from all directions come in crisp and clear. One of the first things you'll want to do after getting these connected to your PS5 is to turn on the 3D audio for headsets if it's not already turned on. This is a fun feature to really help amplify that immersive experience. If you'd like to tailor the sound experience more, you can quickly jump to another preset on the fly, either from 3 included presets from Standard, Bass Boost, and Shooter, or 3 additional fully customizable presets that you can rename as well for quick access. I'll also mention that the PlayStation Pulse lineup are the only headsets that allow you quick EQ customizations and controls in the PS5 quick menu. While other headsets have EQ customization, it's not exclusive to the Pulse. The Pulse are the only ones that allow you this quick and convenient access straight from the PS5 quick menu when you're in the middle of a game. Now, as far as the battery life, these are rated for up to 30 hours of battery life in the headphones themselves, and if you forget to charge them from your last gaming session, you can quick charge them to get around 2 hours of battery life with only 10 minutes of charging. With the included USB-C cable, you can charge the headsets by directly plugging them in or by hanging them on the included charging base. The charging base is my favorite because for no extra effort than just placing these on the dock and walking away, I can always make sure I have a full charge every time I start gaming. In my opinion, anything over 15 to 20 hours is great, so being rated for 30 hours in a single charge is absolutely stellar. Now, as far as the comfort, these are a little bit of a mixed bag. So these are incredibly comfortable from the pleather material and the plushness. If I had to describe it, it's like having a soft plush pillow surrounding your ears. Also, the top band is just top tier comfort. The way it stretches and adjusts to fit your head is seamless and natural. The light weight of these also adds to the comfort as I hardly feel the headsets weighing on my head, which is great because the last thing you want is heavy gaming headsets weighing down your head. But all of these come to cause an issue after extended periods of gaming. While the ear cups are extremely comfortable and pillowy, the pleather material traps heat in after a while and it just makes your ears start to sweat due to the lack of airflow. They do such a good job of encasing your ears in a really high quality material that it almost does its job too well to its detriment. That's why at times I prefer other headsets' ear cups that have a cloth material because it allows for air to come in and things to circulate a little bit. Not a big deal, but it is noticeable. These can also be so lightweight that they could fall off or slide off in an uncomfortable position. Because they're so light, there's not much holding them down on top of your head, so the white band starts to slip forward or backward. Not a big deal for me personally, as I'd rather my headphones be lightweight than heavy to prevent this issue, but worth noting for some of you watching. The design is also a mixed bag as well. So, I love the look of the Pulse Elite. Its curves and its white aesthetic fits the curves of the PlayStation 5 and my gaming setup. Those curves aren't just for show, as it's also really ergonomic and it doesn't feel bulky. I also really like the amount of buttons, or, well, lack thereof. So, the fact that it really only has 4 buttons is honestly amazing. The power button doubles as the Bluetooth sync button, the volume buttons are large and distant from other buttons so I don't accidentally turn off the headphones while adjusting the audio, and the mute button is actually built into the retractable mic. But speaking of that retractable mic, this is where things start to go a little downhill. I like the mic being hidden because when I'm not using it, I would much rather a retractable design like this versus a detachable one because I'll just always have my mic on me, whether I'm gaming or I'm casually listening to music on my phone. But the feeling of pulling it out and putting it back in leaves a lot to be desired. You heard me right. It just doesn't feel good. Now, what I mean specifically is that the rod slides in and out, and it's not as sturdy as I would like it to be, as it just bends to fit the angle of your mouth from the right direction, but doesn't bend back the right way all the time when I'm trying to slide it back in. Sometimes it gets stuck on the rails too as it slides in and out. Now, just to be clear, I am just talking about the microphone, so don't get any ideas. Okay, moving on from that, I'm sort of a fan of the mute button placement and sort of not. So, what I mean is that I like the mute button being integrated to the mic itself for the simpler design. However, that means that if you're using these on a wired connection or something on like a PC, you have to touch the mic directly every time you want to mute the mic, which can make a loud muffled sound every time because you're obviously touching the microphone. Of course, if you're just using these with a DualSense controller, you can use the mute button on the controller itself. However, on anything else, you have to touch the mic to mute it, which can be a bit annoying in certain circumstances. So as far as connectivity, the ease of connection is as simple as taking the link adapter and plugging it into the PS5, then turn on the headset and you should be good to go. You might get prompted to do an update when you first set this up, but in my case, mine came shipped running the latest firmware. If you're wanting to connect to your phone for music or taking calls while you're gaming, because yes, this can do simultaneous audio, after holding down the power button for some time, you'll put the headset in sync mode, which will allow you to connect them to any Bluetooth compatible device, meaning you can not only connect these to your phone for music, but you can also connect these to another gaming handheld like the Logitech G Cloud to play Xbox games, for example. But where these really shine is in the connection to the PlayStation Portal, as these are one of the 2 devices that are the only ones that are compatible with the Portal for wireless connection. You heard that right. So the PlayStation Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer earbuds are the only 2 devices that the PlayStation currently supports for wireless connection with the Portal through the PlayStation Link technology that's integrated into the device itself. The connection process is as simple as pulling the quick menu on the right, tapping to connect, and just like that, you're good to go. This can seamlessly switch between the Portal and PS5 for when you're done playing at your setup and you want to keep gaming in bed or in another room. Lastly, if you somehow keep forgetting to charge the Pulse Elite after several gaming sessions and you find out that the battery is dead after 30 hours of using it, you can also use a 3.5mm headphone connection to quickly plug into something directly without needing to charge. As far as the mic quality, you'll be happy to know that the mics on the Pulse Elite are very solid. They're not professional or studio quality mics by any means, but they do a good job of presenting your voice clearly to other players in chat. You also get an included AI noise rejection feature, which does an incredible job of cutting out any extra noise. We all know that one teammate that just sits right in front of a fan on full blast, or your friend that chows down on lays right in your ear like there's no tomorrow, or someone in the other room is yelling at you saying that you should have been done playing hours ago. If you're one of those people, you need to get these because that AI noise rejection really cuts all of that out. Do you and your team a favor and block out that extra noise that, frankly, no one wants to hear. Even though the Pulse Elite have been out for some time, I have yet to test out another pair of headphones that outshines the value that these Elites do. Sure, there are some other headphones out there with better sound quality, better build quality, or battery life. But for $150, sometimes even lower if you consider buying it secondhand, I am hard pressed to find something that sounds this good, fits a gaming aesthetic so well, and of course lets me listen to my PlayStation Portal wirelessly. Despite some of the comfort and design faults, I would say that these are still a great recommendation for anyone with a PlayStation 5, and especially a must-get if you have a PlayStation Portal. Now, if you'd like to check out my thoughts on one aspect of the Portal that still bothers me to this day, well, check out this video on the left. Or if you'd like to check out my latest video on the channel, check out this one on the right. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.